I'm quite young for the job of wine growers, and 16 was the first time, of course, that I see so difficult beginning, because the beginning of 16 was impacted by the frost, and it was very difficult to repair his mind after these difficulties. But the time goes on, and the works continue also, and so we had to make all the works in the vineyard, and we don't have too much time to think about what happened in the vines at the end of the month of April, and we have to fight against lots of rain also. With biological viticulture it was quite difficult, because each time you just finish your spray you have to some rain, and the rain were very important during the spring, and it was quite difficult to go in the vines easily. So the beginning was quite difficult, and of course a year is not always difficult. During the month, at the end of the month of July, the weather was more easy. August also was very dry, and all the problems that we had at the beginning of the year were very less damage, and it was more easy to finish the work that we begin in the vineyard. And so we were quite worried, because some vines were very well impacted by the frost and others less, but it was very difficult, and especially for me, which was no huge very long time in the job, and we have to wait, because the harvest were only for the half or the end of September. So we have to wait a long time without knowing if the quantity will be there or not. And at the estate we were quite lucky, because the premier cru on Pommard, Volnay and Meursault were not damaged by the frost. And on some vines, for example en la Barre at Meursault, the vine is quite protected by some wall, and we observed during the harvest that the vines were protected by the wall, or the house was just next to the vines. So the loss at the estate is about 1/3 of a normal year, and when I compare to some friends, it's quite good. And so very difficult at the beginning, better during the summer, and during the harvest, yes, maybe some smile at the estate.
How would you describe the style now?
So I was trying to find the style during the tasting, tasting the wines of my friends, and I think it's a classical vintage for Burgundy. We can imagine that it's between 14 and 15. Good balance, good quality for white and red. And yes, I think it will be the perfect vintage if the frost would not have made too many damage. And I think it's a good vintage to show what is Burgundy.
Can you tell me a little bit about how you make your reds? This very careful extraction.
Sure. Before I arrived at the estate, I have to decide how I'd like to work the red to the right. But for the red, I make some testing during the studies, also with my friends. Each time the wine I preferred were the wine with all clusters. From David Duban, I have a friend who was working at Romanée Conti, Nicolas Faure, and we test all clusters from Romanée Conti. And yes, each time it was a very good impression. Emonin also, Geray worked with all clusters. And each time I found a different style very interesting. So when I arrived at the estate, I decided to work with all clusters. And we have the estate is based for the red on Pommard, now also Chassagne and Volnay. But you oftenly hear that here that Pommard is too much expression, very old styles of Burgundy, and it's not the wine I like to drink. And that's why I try to put all the fruit and to make the good extraction, to have only the best. And after it's just up to you to say if it's a good extraction or not. But I want a Pommard which is easy to drink and representative of the terroir. So yes, that's how I try to work.
I think the wines are very elegant. I enjoyed them enormously. Thank you.